Welcome back to What to Drink Before You Die. Today, we're heading to one of the most wonderful, magical, romantic places you could possibly travel. Toscana, mamma mia. And to the tiny little village of Radda in Chianti. But are we drinking Chianti? Oh, no, we are not. We are drinking one of the most iconic wines of Italy. Pergole Torte from Montevertine. So in my book, and some of you may know this, I compare artists to grapes to kind of better personify them. And Sangiovese is, for me, absolutely Axl Rose. Might sound funny, but Axl, despite his guttural, throaty, screechy, kind of rough vocal styles, is actually kind of a virtuoso and could very well be responsible for recording the highest and lowest notes on an album by a male artist. And that's insane. He can almost take something operatic and make it rock and roll, but it doesn't detract from his insane talent. And Sangiovese is exactly that. Sangiovese has these rough tannins and this rustic sort of demeanor. At the same time, these shrill, ephemeral, high-toned acidities and this absolutely stately magnificence of flavor despite its sort of rustic, bumpkinish kind of impression. And nothing encapsulates that better than this. There is simply no more refined, elegant, beautiful example of Sangiovese in my mind, coming from high altitudes like here in Radda, from crazy old vines now over 60 years old, from one little tiny estate, from a dude who is actually just about as rock and roll as Axl in a way because he bucked the whole system. Keep in mind that Chianti Classico was only allowed to be made without white grapes as of 1996. That is nutso. So back in the 70s, when this back then steel baron decided to switch his career to winemaking, he said, well, but Sangiovese is the best. What do we need Trebbiano for? Like several others did. And that's where the Super Tuscans kind of emerged from, right? Sassicaia, Tianello, and the rest. But he, of course, in Chianti, not in Bulgari or in the Maremma, said, well, this makes no sense. My Sangiovese is amazing. I don't need anything else. So he said, all right, middle finger, ciao cacao. I'm going to make my wine regardless. I don't care if I call it table wine, but I'm doing my thing. So in 1977, the first Pergole Torte was born. And thus, for me, the standard was set for Sangiovese worldwide. The 2006, I mean, if you have a chance to drink something with age on it, do it. Do it like yesterday. These things are not the cheapest, but this shows you, for all of you Sangiovese naysayers, oh, but Sangiovese is not the greatest. Well, it's Burgundy, and it's Blanc, and it's Bordeaux, and it's this, and it's that. Yeah, those are great. Those are great. But there's a reason why my mentor, the late, great Nicolas Potel, told me once when I was pulling some aged Brunelli out of his cellar for sharing with us on a vineyard, sharing with us on a harvest day. I said, Brunello, really? And he said, Sangiovese is actually the greatest grape on the planet, in my opinion. Says the dude from one of the most important estates ever in Burgundy, in Volnay. And he actually planted some Sangiovese at the Pousse d'Or estate before his father passed away when he was doing experiments in college because he was so fascinated by this grape. I think that alone should say something. But you know what? After you've had one of these, I think you know why he was saying that. It's crazy. I'm gonna enjoy this, but we'll see each other again next week on What to Drink Before You Die.